we talked about privacy. I don't know how to go about telling Jay this.
He knows already?
No.
Then why you can't go about telling us both?
I don't care about telling Guru. I just don't want you to look at me differently.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Man, go ahead, man. It ain't nothing under the sun.
All right.
You ain't got herpes, right?
No.
Okay. Then we good.
All right. we're
Hold on, wait.
So a little backstory. I actually got out of a long-term relationship that didn't end the best way.
A little messy.
Yeah, a little messy, but at that age, you have messy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know how to have successful relationships. You learn, you grow. So I moved to another state. I didn't have any successful relationships out there.
Okay.
All the while, I didn't know that I was still processing the long-term relationship. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys have ever gone through this in your life, but have you ever been in a place where like you didn't want to interact?
Yes.
You've been in
all the time.
Relationship-wise.
What do you mean?
I don't want to interact with no girls, no
humans. You mean like you just want to stay in the house and just keep to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never have you ever been there?
When you closed it off to girls, no, I never felt like that. But like in humans, in general, I would just want to stay to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was specifically like girls. I wanted to.
Okay.
I felt like I had gotten out of that relationship. Like I had a lot of questions.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't want to cloud that by being in a relationship or just interacting with girls.
Yeah.
Naturally, just being prone to human connection, I had made friends with a girl. Mm-hmm. I don't know, in her mind, I think, like when I asked her out, maybe I wasn't clear that I was just...
You weren't looking for...
Yeah, I wasn't looking for anything.
An advancement.
Yeah, I just wanted to...
The companionship was there.
Companionship. Yeah, I was looking for just a companionship. But you also run into issues when you tell a girl that too.
You do.
But I felt like maybe she might have wanted more than companionship. So let's just set that aside.
Okay.
At what point do you sit someone down and let them know you have herpes?
Do you start with like? So I drank a Bud Light 4 years ago. I drank a Bud Light and I had pizza. I don't know which one it was.
That's a good question, actually.
That's why.
When do you tell them?
Is that a first
That's
date
a good
conversation?
question. Tell us.
Tell us the answer.
How do you usually do it?
Yeah, is that a first date conversation? I'm not sure.
Do you wait till you're gonna share a drink
Before the date?
Like, before you swig this?
I got a praying mother, sir. I'm good.
Hey, the OGs, they pray hard, man.
I hope her mother prays for her too.
So yeah, even though I was like spending time to myself and I was like, I need to still get my physical activity.
Yeah.
So I used to go play basketball at this church, and we would play on carpets. It was a pastor. He was a funny guy. He was pretty cool. It was his way to like bring guys into the community, keep them out of trouble, things like that.
Fellowship.
Yeah, fellowship. We used to play shirts and skins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a guy who used to show up at the gym. He wasn't very good. Okay. But he was like muscular. But he was always on the skin side.
Okay.
Okay, so set that aside.
Shirts and skins.
I'm giving you compartments.
Yeah.
So
companionship, shirts and skins.
Shirts and skins, yes. Okay. So bring back out the companionship box. Okay. I think this is just natural. The human body is reproductive. We as humans are reproductive. Not to get too off the story. Yeah. But I think there's a debate in like the Christian community. There's so much like condemnation on like
premarital. You mean
premarital stuff,
self-servicing.
Self-servicing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of debate about that, but it's like I don't know if the argument is like it's natural. Okay. Right?
Sure.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
sure.
I want like input. You saying it's natural? What do you think? You grew up in the church community. Like, what was the debate centered around? Like,
oh, you asking what did they say in the church? Yeah. Oh yeah, They say don't
do that.
Yeah,
right?
don't do that.
Yeah, that's what your church said.
they weren't preaching sermons saying don't touch yourself, but that was a part of a few things that they be like.
I don't think they ever even spoke about it. I mean, they heavily talked about, or at least this is my experience, not everybody's experience. I don't think they talked about it. I think it was just they demonized the idea of sex so much that you connected it.
You included it.
However, I'm not sure if, like I said, that's my experience. I don't know.
I think in my church, it was like...
No, I know for a fact in other churches they talk about it.
I think it was demon, because I remember as a kid being under the bed like, God can't see me under here.
God can't see this magazine.
Yeah, he can't see these magazines.
You was like this. God can't see this.
But when I go to get gas, I want full service. I've never been a fan of like self-service.
Okay.
You know, it's just, you know.
Okay.
Are you hearing what car is it?
No, that wasn't a car. That was I was processing.
All right. Okay. I've just never been a fan of that.
Okay.
I guess I was asking like what happens when you're not reproducing? Like what's happening in the human body?
If there's some scientific answer, I don't know, but you're saying like let's talk in terms of, let's say you was on a drought.
Right.
Let's say hypothetically you were an active guy, because I know we're all virgins, but I'm saying
yeah.
If you're on a drought, is there some sort of built up?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
So yeah, so I was.
Is it Guru? I didn't hear your answer.
Guru's not engaged in this conversation.
Guru, if
you could Google it, like if you don't want to give like your thoughts on it.
No, I have thoughts. I'm just trying to. I don't know. I'm thinking too far ahead.
I think you are.
Hypothetically, would you say that you would have the urge to
on the church carpet? That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking too far ahead. No.
Just on the free throw line.
Honestly, it has nothing to do with religion.
During the game?
It has nothing to do with religion. I just thought that it was interesting if it is like a natural process, but yet it is demonized in the church. I don't know if it has like a negative effect on men being so suppressed.
Got you.
For all these years. Like physically,
suppressed,
mentally.
What do you mean?
Just going without.
Yeah.
Having that natural urge to want to
having a human urge to release, but you can't do it.
But you're blaming.
No, I'm not.
Wait, what?
He's saying he's wondering if there's a
connection.
I'm wondering if there's a downside to it that like I don't know, and it doesn't even have to be
if your beliefs prevent you, or even outside of beliefs.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be beliefs, even if you just don't do it. Yeah.
It doesn't work against you at some point where it's like, hey, I got to do something.
Right.
Would you think, Guru?
I don't like that conversation, because I think it can lead to an excuse for a lot of things.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
So that's why I'm like, how deep of this are we about to go? So my thing is like, I can't just say yes to that, because that's
surface level though.
BS. Surface level. I can't say yes to that surface level.
But you can, like, we're kind of talking about full service versus self-service. So you can't say that you haven't had that urge. I mean, there's other ways to like satisfy that urge. I mean, I'm sure there's 50-year-old virgins who are that not by choice.
No, I just think you need to learn how to control your sexual desires. I don't know. It's not like I think it's that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's mentally, and I agree with you.
Yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
and that's something I'm on, Jay. Like you got to get control of.
Exactly.
Right. But I'm saying
you don't always win.
But I'm saying, that's the mental part of it, and I agree that like humans shouldn't be succumb to their base natural desires, because it can.
There's a physical buildup that causes what?
Asking.
I think it's perfectly
stress.
Normal to say that a release every now and then could
potentially make you a more
functional, man.
But
it's one thing to take your mind off of.
I also think there's a lot of. This is the thing. I think there's so many unhealthy things we're doing that you could correct one of those and it could fix 1,000 things. So to put it on sets, that's why I'm like,
hey, Guru, I'm a virgin. You looking at me like I don't know anything.
What do you mean?
I don't feel like this is what your story's about. But
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to go too far away from it, but I do think it's interesting.
Yeah. So I think there's so many things in your life that you can change or address or do completely outside of sets that will also
give you that release.
Not that same release, but other releases that also are causing other mental imbalances and
that
physical
can pull you
imbalances.
away from.
So why are we just looking at sets and being like, this buildup is causing this dysfunction.
What's an example?
Also,
We're talking hypothetical. And for our listeners who are on a drought and they're like, I thought about ending this drought, but maybe I can do X.
For example, maybe they call the gym the iron paradise. If you get a type of high from getting a good workout in, you saying you can go do that as a release, and it may take some of the edge off of you feeling like you gotta release another way.
They even say they say fighters. I don't know if this is a myth. I wasn't a boxer. They don't engage because it builds up that tension.
I think sex is healthy. I think you should be having it. I think you should be releasing. But at the same time, like, I don't think restraint and not having sex is causing, like, yes, can it cause a buildup? Yes.
Like physical or mental? Is that what I'm asking?
I think both.
Okay.
But I think that's also because we haven't been taught proper ways to break that down and work with it, and our world's over sexualized, and we don't know how to put up boundaries, and we don't know how to have relationships.
Fairness,
and we don't. So that's why I'm like, there's so many other issues in this that is crazy that I can't just jump
like
to
touch
that
on it. And
say.
But you did answer my question. So
that's very fair. So but I'm just saying it is realistic for somebody to feel like they need to.
Right. And so that's
need to what? Just have sex? Is that
just
what you're saying?
To release, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't know what release meant. That's why I'm like, what are you saying?
But you answered it.
Release could mean people get angry. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people with anger issues who, if they're not getting that, they're angry. That's why I'm like, what do you mean
empty in the tank?
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and justify that because you have a buildup. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's why I'm like, you got to finish. I don't know where your story's going.
So I guess I have to give this information. I'm a virgin, but I've talked about...
Yes, we're all virgin men.
We're all virgin men, but I agree...
Where's my rosary?
I agree with what Guru said, even though I was taught that to wait till marriage and to keep it special. And I wear a purity ring, but it fell off before...
Mine too. Oh, my...
Should we pause the pod and go look for it?
We usually get them cleaned on this day, and it's a long process. We didn't plan this out, so forgive us for not wearing.
But normally we wear purity rings. But I agree with Guru. I think sex is natural.
Honestly, wait, sorry. Because we've been using that word a lot, and it's actually starting to make me feel uncomfortable. Can we come up with something?
Can we come up with a...
He's a genius.
Can we come up with another word for it? As virgin men, what word could we use?
It's a little hot in here.
Yeah.
Let's call it...
Can we say recreation?
Recreational...
internal recreation. Hold on.
Let's just call it extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular.
Yeah. I agree with Guru that even though I was taught that sex should be, saved
extracurriculars.
Sorry. Extracurricular activities should be reserved for your special...
Under the bond of
your union. Yes. I don't want to get too in-depth about it, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think there's a lot of pros and cons to that approach to it.
Okay.
I think that should be a future episode.
Yeah, I agree. Let's mark that down. Let's talk about extracurriculars on an episode.
Cool.
So the point of me bringing that up wasn't to deep dive into it, but it was just letting you know there was a self-imposed drought
building
happening.
a scenario, setting the stage. Yeah.
So there might have been some urges to release.
Yes. Yeah.
So you could put that back on the shelf.
I think I'm following.
Yeah. Okay.
But on the church carpet.
So we have the companionship.
Yeah.
We have the self-imposed drought. And then we have the...
Shirts versus skins.
Shirts versus skins, yes. So I don't know if I should make this a separate box.
Okay.
But the mind is a very interesting...
An idle mind is the devil's playground.
The human brain is like very...
In a split second could lead you...
Right.
Okay.
You trying to do a lot of justifying.
What do you mean? What am I justifying? You don't even know what I'm about to say.
You're taking a long time.
Yo, I hate Guru.
On the church carpet.
Come on, I told you I was not even sure if I wanted to bring this story to the pod.
The crazy thing is,
Guru,
you know they haven't cleaned that carpet since. You know, so there's still a little spot.
You know I wanted to.
Wherever you laughing, people over there balling on it. That's the craziest thing ever.
You know I felt, and Jay's laughing. Come on, I'm gonna not tell this story. Y'all told me this was a safe place to process. I haven't processed this yet.
I'm calling the authorities on this dude. All right, go ahead.
I get what you're doing. You're processing, trying to still figure out where
that's why
it came. So I get you.
That's why I'm compartmentalizing.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because that's how
part of the process.
Did you learn this in therapy? No, honestly, that's a cool technique.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, you box it and you. Because if you try to approach things as a whole, it just makes it easier to compartmentalize. So the mind being a crazy thing, playing tricks on you. Have you ever had like just like a crazy dream where like your brain will like just start pulling stuff from like your past, your present? What's like a crazy dream that you?
I used to get this recurring dream that I was in the water and a big old wave came and right before the wave crashed, everything froze.
Okay.
And I'm like, am I ever gonna finish this?
Yeah.
But hey, you might be chilling, right? Mm-hmm. You have a dream and like your college,
right? Like somebody
teacher,
might just pop up that you haven't seen.
Like, hey, what's up?
Right?
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Miss Green.
That's exactly it. It's like your brain. It's like Inception. So I was having this dream one night.
Yeah.
I was in like, I think a dormitory. Okay. I told you I went to like boarding academy and I was in a dormitory. It was right before like morning or the time where like, you know, the deans or the RAs would be there. Mm-hmm. So I'm laying in the bed and you can leave this box out, but get the shirts and skins box. I'm getting nervous, like I told you it's like
You're
hard
in a safe space, buddy.
Okay, I'm in a safe space.
And when you say it's hard, what are we talking about exactly?
Okay.
On the church carpet.
Guru kind of knows where this is going.
On the church carpet?
So I'm in the dormitory. My brain's having this crazy dream. Okay. I'm out of control. I'm not controlling it. My brain is doing this.
Is this dream in present, like you're not in school anymore, or is this dream happening at school?
This is after school.
Okay, cool.
So my dream put me back in that dormitory. Yeah, it was just a familiar place that my brain was remembering. And then my brain pulls something more recent. And it pulled the shirts and
the rugby player,
the rugby player into my dream. And he comes in and he kind of propositions me. But you know, we talked about it on this podcast that, you know, we're open to all different types of sexual orientations. Yeah. Me, myself, I identify as a heterosexual male. Yeah. So he's propositioning me in my dream.
Okay, I get you.
But because I'm dreaming, I don't have the ability to say I'm not interested in this proposition. Okay. So let's get that final box out. The drought. Get the drought box out. So the reason I was asking you if there's a like physical like buildup, and like what could happen if you know you like build up and you need to release.
Right. I'm with you, buddy. I'm not. Hey, look,
I'm processing this. I'm still processing this. So like I said, in the dream, I couldn't turn down this proposition. No, I think I did. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Okay. But I do kind of remember.
No.
No. I don't want to. No, stop.
What is wrong with him?
No.
Whenever I'm right on the edge. Like I'm serious. I'm in this walk with you, and this dude here, man, he said no.
No, y'all said this was a safe space. This is not funny. Yeah, but that helped me actually because that's how it was happening in my dream.
Okay.
So I didn't really go into details about how the dream finished, but the dream finished, I guess literally and figuratively. But
so it's a double entendre. Finish should be taken in multiple.
The dream finished, and I woke up, and I was I didn't know how to process that.
Yeah. If you dream something like that, man, you just like, whoa.
Right. I
knew you were gonna try to go there.
I thought Jay was gonna be like laughing during the story, but I feel like you're like confiding in me with this.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
You been there?
No, sir. I've had some wild dreams, but nothing like that.
So, I'm processing this, and I'm like, what does this mean? This is crazy. And then I'm gonna go back to the girl that I was companioning, and she was looking for more.
Yes.
It really, like, you know how you had crazy dreams and you wake up and you're like screwed up all day?
Yeah. Or at least for a brief period of time.
Yeah, because it felt so real. And I was screwed up for like a week, and I was like, I need to meet up with her and tell her about this dream.
Okay.
Or I need to like confide in somebody. And because we had been building up that companionship, I felt safe telling her. So, I felt just as uncomfortable as I am telling you guys this story. I started sharing with her the story. I think I wanted to laugh about it.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to tell her and be like, that's crazy because you're...
So was the delivery that way too? Or were you delivering it serious? Or was you like...
I tell serious stories and funny stories the same way.
Yeah.
So I'm telling her, and she was like, thank you for sharing that with me. Now, because like I said, she was looking for more, but we never explicitly talked about why I was just hanging out with her. She didn't know that I was trying to be her gay best friend. Like I'm not even trying to be. That was a joke, obviously. But she said thank you. She was like, thank you for sharing that with me. I know.
Give me a second. All right. Oh.
She was like, I know how hard that must have been for you to share with me, but now it makes sense. And I was like, no, you're misunderstanding.
Right.
My brain did this. I didn't do this.
She's not separating the actual reason from the dream. She thinks it's connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you were on a hiatus or you were on a sabbatical from just to clear your mind, right?
But I don't even think I told her that part.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you didn't tell her when you give her this information, she's connecting that.
Okay.
This is why.
This is why he hasn't like made a move on me or why.
So you told her about the dream. You also told her about the church carpet.
Where does the carpet end up in this?
No, this happened at my house.
No, I know, but you told her about the stain.
What do you mean?
Did you take her to the gym and say, hey, that back corner?
The stain.
All me.
That came with the dream. You told her about the release.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you catch that from the story?
I thought that it happened in the dream. I didn't know that it was an actual.
I'm sorry.
A dream where you.
Oh, okay.
In
so
reality,
let me tell you. Okay, yeah, because I meant to tell you.
Got you.
I meant to tell you.
That changes a lot.
Okay, so
it was sticky when you.
When I woke up, that's what I told her.
Okay.
He said I finished, but I also.
You didn't catch that?
I did, but I thought you were talking about in the dream.
No.
I didn't know that.
So I'm at dinner with her.
Okay.
And I'm telling her this dream. And then I told her when I woke up.
Got you. Okay, now it's...
When I woke up, obviously the dorm wasn't there. And the shirts and skin guy wasn't there. But
the evidence.
But the
DNA was present.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably unrelated to the story, but I would just love a play-by-play of the cleanup process and what was going through your mind.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are laughing.
Was there like wipes of shame of like...
Y'all are laughing, but it was seriously like a difficult point in my life. And
I don't want you to think that it's being taken lightly.
Okay. Like I was, she took it as like I said, she was like, okay, it makes sense now. And I was like, no, you're not understanding. I don't know why this happened.
Yeah.
This was, it wasn't supposed to be the shirts and
of the
skin
brain.
guy.
Yeah. you would have much rather been her walk through that. Right.
Yeah. Right. So hearing that, what do you think? Is that something that I can just chop up to the brain?
Just the brain playing tricks?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you had some.
No, but nothing against it.
Right.
But and
that's the thing. I don't want to come off as like it's hard to not come off like there's something wrong with that if you choose. Even
aside from dreams, if you have an irrational thought of anything like in the middle of the day, it's up to you to explore that and see if it's. And when I say explore that, I don't mean like in this situation in particular. I don't mean go, but sit with yourself and think like, is there anything else to it? Because if it's not, and it was just that dream, then do your best to just have another dream or bury it. But I don't think you should.
Wait, so you're saying I should explore what happened in the dream?
Because you was obviously, you said it messed you up for a week. So
probably
if it was having that type of effect on you,
because it felt so real.
Yeah.
Well,
and like, part of it seeped into reality.
Well,
literally.
I mean, I feel like people are very quick to. I mean, we're going. Right. So we're moving toward a more progressive society, and I think in that, even though there is a lot of embracing yourself and like experimenting and learning who you are, there's also a lot of denial of self.
Because I don't like where he's going with this.
No, I just feel like there's a lot of. We have to explore. We have to step out of who we are as well. Like I think there's a confusion that has been brought into it.
Because he's spitting, so I'm not.
He's trying to be serious about.
For real.
No, I'm saying he's trying to be serious, but the point. Do you see the direction that the point he's making?
No, so all I'm saying is, I think you got to a place where you had this release, you had this experience. Maybe not fully understanding how the mind, the body, and works and stuff like that, and with this more kind of progressive mindset and all these other things, and honestly, even not saying you're like even an overly masculine perspective you also have been carrying throughout your life, like all these factors are coming together, like not saying you're homophobic or anything like that, but it's like just us being men, there is a small inkling of that we had to get over, and growing up in the black community and this, that, and the other. So we're open to stuff now, but it's like, back in the day.
That makes sense.
So I think it's just all these factors playing in your head and making you question. Right. But it's like,
do I think that
proves in that?
Like we talk about how so many things going on in the mind subliminally or like in the forefront that you don't even know that's happening.
Yeah.
So maybe I was wrestling. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I wasn't wrestling with it.
Right.
Because I knew myself. I wasn't wrestling with myself. I wasn't wrestling. I knew at that point when I had the dream, I knew myself.
Exactly.
But maybe. No, I don't agree. I thought I had. I guess what you were saying was that was my brain's way of working out a struggle.
No, I'm just saying dreams are. I mean, I think dreams are completely
out of your control,
unpredictable sometimes. But sometimes they do mean stuff. However, I think this is what I'm saying. Like you're saying, could it be that me holding things in? Yeah, but then it could also be some toxic masculinity you're working through. It could also be you're looking at this dude's body and you're like, dang, I'm a little self-conscious about my own body. It could be like, it's like there's so many other factors that could have been contributing to this that it's like, I think it's hard for us to pinpoint one. It could have been something that happened 20 years ago that you're just now, because look at all those boxes we just put to the side. I think that was a perfect example of you've been doing that your whole life.
Right.
And then this random box just came because of all these other things that were coming up. So it probably was also tied to you holding back because you weren't used to that. You hadn't been in this environment. But I think in that it was also pulling a lot of other things of being like, yo, how do I be healthy in this? What does, like, how do I move forward? I think there was a lot of things you were learning. So I know you were kind of joking, Jay, but I think we're also quick to be like, something like that happens and it's like, oh, like, what am I? Should I go question? Should I go explore? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, no, you know who you are.
Right.
I'm like I said, nothing wrong with that. Like, if that is who you are, go do it. But at the same time, it's like, that's not a...
Yeah, and when I said explore, I meant like, if it was really affecting you, I'm not saying go do something. I was like, sit and really think, like, is this
well, you said had the
thing?
dream again.
with a less shorty, but
okay.
So to simplify it even more, so if you had a dream and you killed somebody in the dream, when you wake up, go hang out with that person you killed. Do you want to kill him?
Right.
I don't mind you being here.
I got you.
Is that you know?
I think it was only affecting you because you had this sense of masculinity that you've been carrying with you for so long, but it wasn't affecting you because it was an actual thought of anything.
Like desire.
Yeah, I don't think it was out of this is choice. Something because it I don't know how these things work fully, but I don't think it would have happened because you was 36 at the time, right? There could have been things along the way that you could have, you know. It did seem like at this period in your life, it was a whole bunch of things. It was like a recipe for disaster.
So with that being said, do you think that's like something that happened to me? It's an experience. Obviously, I shared it with you guys now, but is that something I should share with them?
Hell no.
So we just use the first half of this pod.
Yeah. Or sit with it in the edit and see how you feel. But
okay. What do you think, Guru?
What do I think?
Is this my own, like, is this something I should share with them?
Yeah. I mean, I think
he's trying to step on my...
No, I think you put it out in the world. I think
That's not a story I would tell my mom, but she listens to this podcast.
Because you gotta think, some people, like I said, an example, I was like, what if somebody told the information wrong? Like, even how she took it. What if she went out and was like,
what if she praised for me again?
Guess what Andy just told me?
Or no, that's a perfect example, because like I said, you were questioning your own sexuality, and then her words, but I mean, you weren't, but
she could have.
I was questioning the meaning of the dream.
Could have made you question your sexuality.
And she could have been like, "Yo, I was at the coffee shop."
That's why you were saying to keep it private.
I'm not saying, like, I think it is good to talk about, but like, know who you're talking to and know where you're sharing those things.
But
and
now I'm sharing it with the world.
Who you're bringing it to. Well,
potentially, we don't know yet.
Yeah, but I think that's a perfect example of like who you share these things with matters. And I think like, yeah, you can be like, this is a big thing, but I don't think we realize that even the smallest thing could be like making us make a decision or a change that we don't even realize, or make us start questioning things we shouldn't question.
Right.
And with all that being said, do you still feel like there's no line in privacy? Because you shared this was dang near hard. This was the hardest for you to get I don't want to say the H word, but this was a tough story for you to flesh out. So there's obviously some apprehension there.
Right.
What if we decide not to use this, and I go and say something, and then you hear it back? Yo, what was up with that dream? Wouldn't you feel, or would you be like, hey man, Jay had every right to go tell my business like that?
Or yeah, on my next podcast, I retell a story of my past friend.
I think we're all living life. We all have experiences, and you might go and tell somebody, you know, my dream. You know, and then maybe he can relate.
That's very true.
Maybe somebody at home can relate.
That out. I'm not going to base a potential. Because what if he don't? I could have just knocked down that one domino that can send you over the edge. So I would like to tell you this, even right now. You have no, like, if you decide not to put this out, it ain't leaving me.
Okay.
Like,
what about you?
Even if I spoke about it with you, you would have to bring it up. I'm erasing this unless you put it out to the world.
I appreciate that.
I'm just keeping it that. That's just what I operate off.
Is it because of what it is?
No. Just because this is, I can see this is just information. Is like, what do I get out of telling somebody else? Like,
right.
Guess what Drew just told me?
That he came to a man. A shirtless, muscular,
oiled
down Yeah, I don't know. I might take this one. Y'all might have to go extra week without an episode, but y'all are used to it. At this rate, they're used to it.
Join our Patreon to get this exclusive story.
Join our Patreon to get this exclusive story.
Y'all gonna have to pay for that one. Andy put his life on the line. You gonna have to pay for that. That ain't free.
No, that's crazy.
I put my reputation on
By the way,
line.
it definitely don't mean that you Now if there's more to these things, that's inside your mind.
Right.
But from this isolated event,
right.
I don't think of you any other way, man.
Okay, cool.
You bring up that releasing these private thoughts allow people to learn and get insight, and I do think it's a conversation that needed to be had, and I think there was a lot of good things that came from the conversation and thoughts and revelations. However,
why do I keep hearing like
stop,
words?
Stop,
you're hearing them too now, right?
Stop.
Go ahead. No, you're not doing it on purpose, but I keep hearing key words. We came to some hard revelations. And come back next week.
We might have another sticky situation for you.
Yeah.
So I do think there is some good things that come from sharing these things.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think Jay said he would never share it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would never share it. If someone came up to me with the same situation, though, I think I would have better insight on how to speak on it.
Everybody can share what they want, but I do think there should be some type of etiquette to what information, and you should at least think about what could come, what could become of information that you give somebody.
Right.
Because you can even do.
Well, we talked about a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
This episode, it's getting late. I got some dreaming to get to, but we appreciate you guys coming back, and I appreciate you guys listening to my
coming in who's back on the church carpet. Though
I appreciate you guys giving me a safe space to share these crazy experiences that I had in my life.
Aside, you could do that here.
Okay,
anytime,
thank
man.
you.
Can you take those boxes out with you when you go to?
By the way, when we do leave, you need to take these, Jank.
Yeah, and continue to like and subscribe to get more crazy stories like this.
I need you to take us out happy because you sound very depressed.
Really?
What?
I am. I'm
is this
still
story
processing.
really that heavy on you?
It is, and it's been compartmentalized.
Got you.
But I can pretend to be happy.
Okay.
Are you sad?
I'm not sad. I just don't. I appreciate y'all's input on it, but I still have to.
Yeah.
It still has to.
It's yours at the end of the day.
Yeah,
man.
I gotta process
you
it.
do with it.
Still.
Yeah.
And like I don't know how I feel about sharing it.
Oh, I get you. So that's more so where the
like tension
is coming from. I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
That's right.
Yeah. But continue to like and subscribe,
Please.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Jay with the jokes, funny guy. Drew with the blah blah, telling crazy stories for a lifetime. Kemp got the wisdom for him, like nothing's ever that serious. And if you don't listen, then you're delirious.
Bro, you can't say that. Why not?
Because we're live.
I just said nothing's ever that serious.